I hope iLock selection is clear. Now we'll try to see how to do the editing, or how do you add one more column in DataFrame, or how do you modify the existing values, right? We can try to focus on that now. Okay, so the first one is adding a column. So you can simply say df, it's column E, which is equal to whatever is there in column A into 100, for example. And let's print df. Yeah, now you can see that there is fifth column added. And here there were only 4 columns, so we added a fifth column, just like this. This will be very useful for you for creating something like polynomial features in the data frame. Clear? And you can see that this column E, the information over here is 100 times what is there in the frame A. In the same way, you can create, let's say, another frame, another column F is equal to df of A. We use information in, let's say, column A into plus, let's say, information in column C. And again, you can print df. I don't know why it is taking so long. Yeah, now there is 6th column that is added. Getting it? Very, very simple stuff. In the same manner, you can modify the existing column. So you can say that, let's say, let's say we want to find out, let's put a condition. So condition is, or criteria, right? Criteria, let's say criteria is where df is, where the value in column A is less than, let's say, 0.5 or less than 0.2, for example, right? And what we'll do is these values will set it to 0. So now what I'll do is df of the criteria value in column A, I'll set it to 0. This failed. Hashable series. Let's see. We did now. We say criteria. Okay, this is fine. There is only one value over here. Now what we can do is df.log criteria. Yeah. So what I did is we found out the location where this criteria is true, and on that location for the first column we set value to 0. Now you can see this. Yeah, so it was true for the second row. So the value in the second row is replaced by 0. Originally that value was 0.144652. Is it clear?
No, one doubt.
Yeah, one by one. Yes, who wants to go first?
Sir, the last, so 130th, the last, second last. df.log criteria comma
A.
a. What is happening? Yeah, yeah. So when you are equating it to zero, then how it is changing that only true value?
So basically, see what is happening here. So this is the Boolean series that I have, right? So for this
Yes,
Boolean
yes.
series, there is true only for the second row or the row indexed with B, correct? So for that row in the column A, I want to change that value to 0.
Where you have mentioned for that row only.
Through
That's why my
criteria,
question.
through criteria, and this criteria has this series, right? You see here, right? Huh?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it is clear. Now, can I move to the second question? Shayan, go ahead.
Sir, I have a question regarding the addition of new column.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you are adding the new column E here, the
Mm-hmm.
value of the column E and F are both dependent on the columns of the other values, right?
Right, right.
So if let's say we can assume a scenario when this data frame
Mm-hmm.
contains some answers of my questionnaire, and I'm just importing those answers to my data frame, and somehow I
Mm-hmm.
miss one column, like, and now I
Mm-hmm.
want to like induct that column, but the values in that column are
Mm-hmm.
not related to any other column somehow.
Yeah, that you can do. So what you can do in that case is that let's do that use case. So you have 9 values here, right? So let me see. Let us have names of the cities, right? Cities. Let's say Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, Bangalore. I'll take the question. Let's finish this off discussion. Hyderabad, Pune. How many of them? Three, three, six, seven. Okay. Then say Ahmedabad. Say Indore. Okay, 3, 6, 3, 9. Okay. Now what I will do is I will say df of cities. Df. I'll just give the column name as city. Cities. Oh, sorry, this is not working. Now use print df.
Oh, okay, okay, that's it.
You can see that city is added now, right?
Okay. Like I have to just pass a new list, right?
Yeah, yeah. But make sure that that list has exactly the same number of rows as this. If you
Sir,
don't do it,
regarding that, if I somehow miss some of the values,
mhm,
okay, so will it be replaced by null or it will show some error?
it will do NA, I guess. We will try that. Okay, we'll try that. It gave error, right? It is not matching.
Okay,
So if you don't have anything, right, you can just say NA. It will work.
okay. NaN, I see.
NA, NAN or something like that. Yeah. Not sure whether this will work. It will not work. We'll have to give a proper thing for this NN, maybe NP.N, NA or whatever. So this won't work, right? So you have to make sure that the uh, the number of entries, the lengths are matching,
Okay,
right? Okay, someone else had a question.
Yes, sir. So when we are adding the column, so many places we are provided the data sets. So will it be added to
Right.
that data set, sir, when we add the
Yes. So
column?
if you basically put it in that data frame, then it will be added to that data frame. Is that did I understand your question correctly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. Sometimes you can also copy the data frame and work with it for modification. But
Yeah,
if you
but my
add it
question
to
is,
copied, if you add it to copied, it will only be in that copied thing. It will not
yeah,
get reflected in the
my
original.
question is, this works for even modifying the original data itself, then, right?
Yeah. So
So
that's
will
why
it be
generally,
permanently changing data frame?
it
Will
will.
it be permanently changing the data frame DS
Yeah, for this
when we add?
execution, for this execution.
Yeah, so because I remember in some cases it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, so generally what you can do is if you want to preserve the original one, right, you can say that df copy, df.copy or something like that. Now you created a copy and everything will happen on the copy. The original one will be
Okay.
like that only.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
So when you
Okay.
were doing df new underscore city, you were trying to add the new feature.
Yeah. I was trying to add a new city in this, but because I add right.
So I think it will work on the data frame only. Here you have created the list.
No. See, I'm creating a list and I'm pushing all the values that I want to add in the data frame, right? And then I'm
Basically,
saying
we want to append a new city into that list.
I want to append a new column in the data frame, and that column should have values as specified in this list. Does that make sense?
Right. But so what I understand is right now it is not a data frame, no? It's a list.
This is list. You're right. But now what I'm
Yeah.
trying to do is in this list, let's say, okay, in this data frame, I'm trying to add a new column, which is new city. And in this new
Yes.
city, I'm basically saying that I need the values that are listed in this list in that order.
Oh, okay.
But why is it not working? Is what no, the length is 9. Okay, I think this will work. Okay. All right. Now you can see df dot underscore copy. Yeah, there's city and there is new city, right? And in the new city, you can see that the values are added in the same order. So, for example, this Mumbai is added to the first row, Delhi is added to the second row, Chennai is added to the third row, and so on.
So here we don't need to that PD dot data frame.
Sorry. No.
Here
Here,
we
no. So here, see, here data frame is already created, right? You are modifying in that data frame.
okay.
Data frame is already created. You are modifying that data frame.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Yeah. So we have covered most of the basics of the data frame. Manoj, do you think anything is missing? Manoj, are you around?
Yeah, hello, sir. Sir, I'm here, but I was in another meeting, so I.
No worries. No, that's okay. That's okay. So do you think anything else is missing? So we covered indexing, we covered selection, we covered how to modify data frame. Do you think anything else we should be covering?
Dropping a few rows and column.
Yeah, we can do that. That's a good one.
The last and so in the last class we try to do the group by function.
Group
The
by
pandas.
function. Yeah, we'll try that also.
So here all the entries are somewhere numerical, but if the entries are in string order, so
Mhm.
how can we just filter them out or selecting them?
Sure. So that's a good question. So let's take them one by one, right? So you can say that df dot df copy df copy. So there's a function called map function. So we can actually call that map function and then do the same thing, right?
Sorry to interrupt, sir. What was the question? Can you repeat that again?
So he's saying that there are numerical values right now. Most
Yes.
of the values are numerical, but now there are strings. If you want to filter
Yes.
the strings, how do you do it? So the very simple thing, right, that you can do is, let's say df, let's say criteria equal to df copy, let's say city, right? Can do very simple thing like is in. So let's say if the city is either Pune, Bangalore, or Hyderabad. And now let's say we
Comma will take by default or brand.
no wait. Let me first work on this, and then you can ask questions.
Yes.
This is not or condition. We are using is in function. We are using
Okay.
is
Okay.
in function, which is just checking
Yes.
the
Yes.
membership.
Yes.
So you can see that it
Got
is
it.
true only in two cases. Did we miss something? Why only two cases?
So the
Bengaluru, Hyderabad.
spelling of Bangalore is not matching.
Yeah, exactly. Aha. Okay, that's why. Okay, fine. Now it is true in three cases. Rather, we should do the other thing. So we should just change the spelling of Bangalore. City. Okay, first we need to find the criteria, right? df dot city equal. Okay, just going to try whether this works. Okay, we got this. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just go to city and I'm going to change it to Bengaluru. Okay. Now there's an error. Why? Okay, we need to put location here. .loc. Okay, now this is copied. We'll just check df copy. Now we have correct spelling here. Got it? We have correct spelling here.
So isn't is a string operation, right?
No, this is not a string operation. This is a membership checking.
Okay.
We are simply checking that if the value in the city is in this set or not. If it is in this set, then you get true, else you get false.
Sure.
So this is only work for single column?
No, you can do it for multiple columns. You have to then add, you will have to basically then add and or all those type of things, right?
Okay.
Is this clear now?
Yes,
Or you can also have, yeah, go ahead.
actually, sir, actually I'm looking here, you use say city only, but if I use new city and Bangalore, both can be changed at a time.
Both, we can try that. You are saying that you want to change both of them, right?
Yes.
I think that we can try, but this won't work now because we have changed both of them. Not sure whether this will work, but we'll try. Let me see whether this works. Yeah, it works.
Okay.
It works. Both the values will get changed. Yeah, so just do experimentation. You can figure out. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, no, I think this is interesting. This should be new city, right?
Due to column names.
Yeah, exactly. This worked. I'm not sure whether this will work. Or not. Yeah, it worked. Okay, it's good. We will drop that column.
Yeah.
So now we'll try to drop that column. Huh?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, our exploration is bit haphazard. See, is there a drop column function here? Drop column. There should be a drop function, I guess. Okay, there is drop function. So you can remove rows and columns by specifying label names. So we can simply say, yeah, you can read the documentation and you can also see the code if they have given one. You can just, you can do df.drop, specify the column names and put access equal to 0 if you want to drop a column. If you want to drop a row, then change this access to 0. Okay. All right. So we will
So
try.
column access is one.
Just a minute. We'll try this and then I'll take your question. Dot copy dot drop. Cities. This should be like this. Specify the names of the column. Yeah, you can see this, right? Okay, now the question. What was your question?
No, that's it's fine. Good.
Yeah, you can see that this is dropped now. Yes, go ahead, please.
Sir, what is the meaning of access equals to 1?
That's what I said. Access equal to 1 means that you do this operation on the column. If you say access equal to 0, then that would mean that do this operation on the row.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can read more on this in this documentation I was pointing out to, right?
Sir, if I don't use access over here,
Mhm.
just only column name, then what will happen? I mean, suppose here.
By default, we'll have to check what is the value.
Okay.
By default,
Because
access is 0. Access is 0, so it will conduct a row-wise operation.
no, as you show us example, we can give the column name ABCD and row number is also ABCD. So if I say drop A, then what will happen? I mean, either row will go. Is there any default value or?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? I mean,
Okay.
if you don't specify access by default is 0. So you can see that by default, the value of access is 0.
Okay.
So it will be performed row-wise. The operation will be performed row-wise.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Okay, any other questions on this? Okay, is there any question on this? All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, what will we do if we want to change all the entries in city into Chennai?
You can do that very easily. You can simply say df copy city why didn't say anything. It didn't change. I'm wondering why. Should I say arrows? Yeah. So yes, basically saying that for all rows, change the city to Chennai. It changed, right? Okay. Any other questions? I think what we did is we did
One
this.
question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Uh, sir, sir, if the a particular row is to be dropped, then that row is to be selected by the row index, right?
Yeah,
Like A,
either
B, C, D.
either row index or through some condition.
Okay.
You can think of condition as a selection criteria, right? Okay. All right. What else? We will. Any other questions? You don't have any other questions? Yes, go ahead, please.
So this just came up to me, right? How can we drop several columns? Let's assume we want to drop the columns in which the elements are all string.
Yeah, you can write a condition for that. You can write a condition for that if the column type is string or whatever, right? And then you
Okay.
can drop them.
It has to be in the list, right?
Yeah, you will have to basically get a list of columns which is meeting certain criteria.
Okay.
Then you can do it. I'm trying to. Okay. Any other questions?
And if there are multiple columns with the same name, then what will happen?
Multiple columns with same name. We'll have to see whether it might result into key error or something like that. It is not able to recognize the names of the columns or something like that. Yeah. Couple of other things we'll do now is we can try to understand the sample function. And this will be useful for you during some statistical analysis. Yeah, now see what has happened is because earlier I had just said that DFCT it created a row with Chennai everywhere. So we'll have to drop this row. This is good. So we say df copy dot equal to df copy dot drop. Now we say now here we'll have to give the I don't specify axis. By default axis is 0, so you can see that we should see that the last row is dropped. Yeah, last row is dropped. Right, so this is again we accidentally demonstrated the condition that was Ashish was specifying. Right, there's a column name city, and then there is a row with the name city. And now I said drop city without specifying axis. So since axis is 0, it dropped the row with the label city. Getting it? All right. Now there is a method called sample. So we will check. So you can randomly sample some of the rows. The sample takes the number that you want or the fraction. Then whether sampling should be by replacement or not. By default, it is not by replacement. Then there are weights and there is random state. I think the random state parameter is good to, we need to set random state parameter so that we get the same answer again and again. Yeah. Okay, so we'll try this. We simply say df.copy, df.copy. Let's say, sorry, df underscore copy is the name of the data frame dot sample. We'll get 5 samples. We got these 5 samples, or let's say just get 3 samples. We got 3 samples, A, G, and H. We run this again. We get 3 samples, but those are different samples. G, A, and F. G and A are common. But if you want the same output, right, you can say df underscore copy dot sample. I want to generate 3 samples, and we set random state. Let's say 42. Now you got these 3 samples, right? If you run again, you get exactly 3 samples, H, B, and F. So if you want to have this certainty, where experiment after experiment, if you want to see the same samples getting selected, set the random seed or random state to some value. Okay, this ensures that every time you get these 3 samples, the same kind of samples will be returned. Okay, and also read about this parameter called replacement. You must have studied sampling, right, in probability class. So replacement, right, whether you allow, so replacement replaces allow or disallow sampling of the same row more than once. So if you set it to false, it will allow sampling of the row more than once. If you set it to true, then once the row is selected, it will not be selected again. We can try that also. So let us not set this. Now you see we selected. Okay, so here what happens is, because of this, we said that replace equal to true. The same row is getting sampled again. Okay, so here replace equal to true. So what we are doing is we are allowing sampling of the same row again. By default, it is false. So since it is false, you always see a row getting picked up once by default. But you can say that I'm okay to see the same row again. Then you do replace equal to true. And you can also do replace equal to true with random on. That's not a problem. So now HBF will be selected again and again. Okay. I think we have.
So would you please explain the random underscore state equal to 42?
Yeah, you can set anything, right? That's okay.
Okay.
You can set it to any number. You can say 99, whatever is your favorite number, just put it some number. So there will be predictability in your experimentation. You will see.
What does it represent? Random state?
Random state is some random seed that is used for generating the random numbers, during sampling, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it makes sure whenever we put sampling, the same sampling occur, right?
Yes. That's correct. That's good.
Instead of shuffling again and again, we get the same sample.
Yeah, so basically what happens is that because you're setting this seed, right, this seed is used to generate random numbers. And since the seed is the same, you get the same kind of random numbers.
Yeah, but
Or
sir, the seed is changed, the number will be changed, right?
if you change the seed, the samples will change.
Oh,
That sometimes is not desirable. Let's say you are running some experiment, right? And you're showing some result. You let's say reported some results with some samples, right? Next time, if you run that same experiment without random seed, for example, the results may change depending on whether the samples have changed or whatever, right? Their results might be slightly different than what you presented earlier. So if you want to exactly the same repeatability, or if you want exactly the same results, you need to select exactly the same samples. And if you want to select the same samples, you always have to set the random state. Makes sense?
yeah, that makes sense. But if the number change, then the result will be changed, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah. If
number.
the number changes, results will change. Yes. You have to keep the same number. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay.
All right. I think we can stop now. Thank you very much for showing up. We'll again continue in the next class. There are certain things like the sampling. We have talked about sampling. We'll talk about group by and other stuff. Okay.